it's nice to see you again. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is your first appearance on my channel, although I believe it's been 4 times since you've been on our affiliated sister channel, The Warm Blanket. But I have you all to myself today.
It's a pleasure.
And I really want to take full advantage of your scientific rigor and your extreme attention to detail, because I know you say that you are not a nuclear physicist. You are only an electronics engineer in particle physics, and you work alongside nuclear physicists. But in your job, you have extreme attention to the most minute detail, and you are bringing that to Angelina Jordan's music in a way which just made me do a complete double take, and which made me say, I need to make a video about Adriaan's observations and what he sees and how he sees it. And so we are calling this, Do You Hear What I Hear? Because what you are hearing in the smallest amount of detail, I just find absolutely incredible. So, why don't you tell us what you hear?
I came to this song by accident, and I thought it was unusual because it was not a standard performance, because she sings without any public, and like she sings it just for herself. And I think also that makes it special. So I started to pay more attention, and then I found that she has put so many details into the song. And she's just enjoying herself, doing all kind of very interesting things. So I think the first thing is that she uses her left hand in a very nice way, accompanying the music. And then there is a part where she sings, Take My Hand. And she sings this with such a delicate voice. Take my hand. It is really very touching, and it's something I rarely heard. It's really very special. One more detail that I wanted to point out is that when she sings this beautiful Take My Hand, to make it soft, she starts with an N, actually. She sings, Take My Hand. Take my hand. And it's her technique to make it soft, because the T is a very abrupt sound. And putting the N in front of it is a much better transition. And she did a similar technique in her Bohemian Rhapsody at the start, because there the start is Anyway the Wind Blows, but the Any it could be very hard as well. And so there she put an H in front of it, and she sings Henny. And it's sort of similar what she does here with putting the N in front of the take. It's so well done. It's just unbelievable.
Anywhere the wind blows. She purposefully modifies some vowels and purposefully doesn't close off some consonants. Normally that drives me nuts. Like, I want to hear every word, the D's and the T's, and maybe that's my Broadway background kind of thing. That's an influence that I look for. When she doesn't pronounce a D, it's because it didn't need it. You know what I mean? It's just like it's like the feeling's already there. It's unnecessary. There's something about it that, like, I'm willing to accept these little things missing is better than if they were there.
And although she sings for herself, there are still a few people around in this place, and it's really empty with chairs on the table, and you expect the cleaning people to come in very soon to clean the floor. But then at some point while she is singing, you see that she's noticing somebody approaching her and probably saying something like, maybe we have to leave soon. And she sort of nods like, yeah, okay, it's fine, I've understood. But she continues the song and takes that nodding into the rhythm of the song. And it doesn't influence at all what she is singing at that moment. She can really sort of disconnect the two things very well, which we've also seen when she performs in front of public, that she can wave at people, and there's no influence to her song at all. So one thing that I think maybe is the most difficult to hear in the song is that she sings a very soft "for me." just the words for me, and it's probably needs to listen a few times to hear it, but it is there, and it is also quite special because either she could have left it away or sing it more clearly, but she has chosen to sing it very, very softly, so that's very special. And then what is nice is the variation of doing some belts, really quite powerful, and then going back very slowly and softly again to continue the song. And then she has wonderful movements like a shake movement with her hands to show, let's say, the power that she feels, and a stretched out arm when she sings about the whole world. And towards the end, although she sings very often repeatedly the for me, towards the end she changes it in for mij. And that transformation is also very nice because it becomes a more open sound. And in other songs she has used the same technique by making an open sound. There was a moment in Yellow Brick Road where she did the same technique. There she had to sing O because of road, but as it was a very long run, she at some point changed it to A. So to go from O, she went to A, and making it in this way also more open. And I think it is the same what she uses. Here, instead of singing me, she's singing May, and making it more open. And then there's a very, very nice falsetto at the end, which is really a very good way of finishing the song. And then finishing just with the words for me, really, really, really softly again. So it makes a very perfect end, and as it is a sort of very soft, and also the song starts very softly, I find it excellent to put this song in a loop and hear it several times over, because the beginning and the end, they connect so well together. It's actually really marvelous to play it in a loop.
It's like some poems at the end, it goes back to the beginning again. Sometimes you get that in literature or art, you get a loop.
And also the word enough, she sings many times. And also there, she has several variations of the word enough. And there's one really very, very beautiful in there too. And it reminds me there of when she sang the song Valérie, where she sings the Valérie many different times, but every time a little different. And I think she's done something similar here. Yeah, she's blown me away with this.
It's nice that you're a scientist but still can be blown away. Why don't we listen to the music?
Trying to hold my breath, let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You said I would dream in me, getting loud enough. Can you hear it echoing? And take my hand, we share this beat, 'cause darling, without you
Yeah, wonderful.
It's so superb and so special, and it's so different than her previous version. The previous version that she did was much more, dare I say, standard?
Never be enough, and towers of gold are still too little. These days could hold the world, but it will never be enough. Never be enough for me.
But this is...
She's going free. Yeah, she's unrestrained and she goes
here.
free. And
yeah, it really is going free.
Incredible.
I love all her styles, but I think when she goes free is probably in my top 5 styles that Angelina Jordan has. The other thing which really strikes me about this, I see it often, but it's even more striking with this, is she has such focused concentration. The way someone tries to interrupt her, she will not be interrupted. She must finish the song, she must carry on, and she's so focused when she does this.
Yeah, she's focused, but it seems also to me like if the focus comes from within. It's not that she has to put her mind to it. It's like something else.
Being a doctor can be a calling, being a priest can be a calling, and being an artist can be a calling as well. And for her, it's really, really a calling. Adriaan, thank you ever so much for your time and energy and for your attention to detail. Not many people have this level of focus on the smallest things. And I think it's really worthwhile to point these things out because you see them and other people don't.
Thank you. I hope that other people find it interesting and then catch things that they have not heard. And then enjoy them.
Well, you probably use a microscope at work, Adriaan, but here you're using a microscope for public view, and we all appreciate it.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you, Adriaan.